Okay, grade 7. We are going to do lesson 2 of chapter 8. And that is on page 623, area of circles. Okay? Alright. So before we start, we need to evaluate some few things. Okay. So this is called a full circle because it's complete. And this is called a semicircle because it is half of a circle. So semicircle or half circle. Okay? You know that the line that starts from the center to the circle is called the radius. And the line that goes from the circle through the center to the other side of the circle is called the diameter. Alright. Now, area of circle. When you're finding area of circle, you can only use radius. You cannot use diameter. So if the question gives you diameter, you will find the radius by doing r equals diameter divided by 2. Then the formula for finding area of a circle is area equals pi times radius squared. This means pi times r times r. Then your answer should have units. The units will be either unit squared or millimeter squared or centimeter squared or meter squared or kilometer squared or inches squared or yard squared or feet squared or miles squared. If the question doesn't give you these, then you will write unit squared. Okay? Now, let us look at some examples. So here is the first question. Find the area of the circle. Use pi as 3.14. When I look at my picture, the question gave me the radius. So I will write area equals pi r squared. 3.14 times 13 centimeter times 13 centimeter. I will take my calculator. I will put 3.14 times 13 times 13. And I will get 530 and 66 hundredths. 530 and 6600 centimeters squared. And I box my answer. Remember, units have to be squared. How do I write this in words? 530, 66 square centimeter. That's how you read this. Okay? Alright, now let's do this one. Here they didn't give us a picture, so you should know what this word means. You need to know how to read. Find the area of a circle with a radius of 42 meters, and they told you to use pi as 22 out of 7. So you write area equals pi r squared. They told you to use 22 over 7 for pi. Your radius is 42 meters times 42 meters. You come here on your calculator, you press You press fraction. You put 22 over 7. You multiply by 42. Times 42. And you press equal. And you got 5,544. 5,544 meters squared. And this is your answer. You write it in words. 5,544 square meters. Okay. Now, find the area of this circle. They gave me the whole line, so this is the diameter. And they told me to use pi as 22 over 7. So here you have to do 2 steps. Step 1, find the radius. And we learned in lesson 1 how to find the radius. Radius equals diameter divided by 2. 84 kilometers divided by 2 is 42 kilometers. Okay? And then, now I need to do step 2. Find the area. So I will write area equals pi r squared 22 over 7 times 42 kilometer times 42 kilometer, and my answer should be 5,544 square kilometer. And I box my answer and I write it in words because I need to know how to read correctly. Let me put my phone down. Square kilometer. There's an R over here. So that is how you read this. All right, let's do example 4. Find the area of a circular plate whose diameter is 17 centimeters. So you know your work will have 2 steps because of the word diameter. So step 1, find radius. Find radius. So you will say R equals diameter divided by 2. 17 centimeter divided by 2. That should be 8.5. So you do 17 divided by 2. 8.5 centimeter. This is not your answer. You need this to find your answer. So now step 2, you're going to find the area. Area equals pi r squared. They told you to use 3.14 for pi. 3.14 times 8.5 times 8.5. Take your calculator. 3.14 times 8.5 times 8.5. You press your equal, and there is your answer. 226, 865 thousandths, and you put your units. What's your units? Centimeters. So centimeters squared. And you box your answer. Okay? All right. Example 5. Find the area of the semicircle. Now, you're going to do it a little bit different. Use pi as 22/7 and round your answer to the nearest tenth. So this question has 2 steps. Step 1, find radius. How do I know I need to find radius? Because they gave me the whole line. Semicircle means only find half of the circle. So find radius. Radius equals diameter divided by 2. What's my diameter? 29. 29 centimeter divided by 2. That should be 14.5. So 29 divided by 2. And there I got 14.5. So 14 5/10 centimeter. Then I will use this to find my area. So area, step 2 is you find area. Area equals 1/2, because it says semi, times pi times radius squared. That means 1/2 times 22/7 times 14.5 times 14.5. Don't forget centimeter. Okay? Then you put all this in the calculator. So you press half times okay, then you press equal and you press SD and you write your answer. They told you to round to the nearest tenth. So 9 is more than 5, so we put here. This number here, sorry. The digit on your hundredths place is 5 or more, so you will add 1 here. So your answer is 330 and 4/10 centimeters squared. And this is your answer. Okay? So you need to practice on your rounding. At the end of the video, we will do some rounding. Okay? All right. Find the area of a semicircle piece of cake that has a radius of 6 meters. So here you don't have to do 2 steps because the question gave you the radius. So you'll just do area equals 1/2 times pi is 3.14 times 6 times 6. 6 meters. Make sure you write your formula. 1/2 times pi times radius squared. Okay? So I go back. So there is your answer. Sorry, this is how you put your answer, your question in the calculator. Then you press equal. Then you press SD and you get 56 and 52. And they told us to round to the nearest tenth. So since 2 is less than 5, there is nothing I'm going to do. So my answer is 56 and 5/10 meters squared. And you box your answer. Okay, so let's practice on rounding because you need to know how to round. So if you solve and you get a number like this, 78.24. And the question said round to the nearest tenth. Round to the nearest tenth. Let's add another number, 84. So to the nearest tenth means this is the 10th place. And I underline this. The digit that I underline is on the 100th place. Then you say, is this digit 5 or more? If your answer is yes, you add 1 to your circle. If your answer is no, then this is your answer. So according to this, our answer is no. So our answer is 78 2/10. Let's write another one. 57.9843. And we were rounding to the nearest hundredth, to the nearest tenth. Round to the nearest tenth. So you circle the 10th place, you underline the 100th place. Is this number 5 or more? Yes. So I will add 1 here. And if I add 1 here, this becomes 10. I will put here, this becomes 58. So my answer is 58. Okay? All right, one more. If I have 2 and 67.49, and I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, so I will circle the 10th place. I will underline the 100th place. Is this number 5 or more? Yes. I will add 1 here. So my answer is, okay. One last one. Let's do. And the question says round to the nearest tenth. So you will circle 0, because 0 is on the 10th place. You will underline the digit on the 100th place, which is 2. 2 is less than 5, so I will do nothing. So my answer is just 31, because this is 0. Okay?